Hi everyone, Olga's here. Video number 2. In video number 1, we spoke about a little bit of science behind positive thinking. We spoke about perfect conditions for beautiful operation of our brain that affects all our bodily system, manages all our bodily systems, and affects our outlook on life and our outturn of the whole life. We spoke about damaging effects of the long-lasting stress on brain cells. We spoke about good oxygenation and good blood circulation that essentially are the conditions for the best operation of the brain. And as much as I love to pay attention and to overstress the philosophy of positive thinking and how much it affects our life and our well-being generally, this is not the only one source of stress, let's say our own head. And as much as a positive thinking approach will reduce significantly our long-lasting stress, it would also teach us to react to other stressors more intelligently and reduce the emotional reaction to it. When we know better, we do better. However, there are many sources of stress these day and age, whether it is simply understood and relatable concept of job, family responsibilities, and so on and so forth. And plus, 21st century, we're bombarded with tons of information. Our gadgets are ringing, Facebook notifications, emails, and it's a constant occurrence that's just too much. Our brain starts setting up on fire. And of course, we can do something to help us. First and foremost, the most important message that I would like to bring up, that but our life generally, a well-being is not about avoiding all stress or, God forbid, running away from all stress. This is about actually learning how to deal with that. Our life is going to be filled with certain events, certain circumstances, and a lot of them are there for a reason. All of them are there actually for a reason, but we're not talking about that right now. And this is not about us running away from them. This is about how we're going to respond to them and what we're going to learn from them, how we're going to transform through them, and we're moving along. This is not about point B. And life is about journey from point A to point B, and cumulatively, the more you collect, this is our lifetime span. We can absolutely, and we should absolutely certainly limit our stress, get rid of unnecessary stress, and there are several techniques to do so. Is our positive thinking, practice of mindfulness, yes and yes. These are number 1 and number 2. We should prioritize, manage our time. We should definitely see what's important to us. Yeah, prioritize, I already said that. My brain is on fire. We can limit certain things that are unneeded to us. Number 1 to me, and I'm really true believer, is news. It's not going to make you a worse citizen. I am 100% certain, and this is just the mean of control that keeps the population in fear. I believe in 25th slide, they call it affecting our minds, and it's just easier to control the herd in fear. So these are the things that we all can do. However, other stressors are inevitable, and they're absolutely normal. One more time. And this is about not running away or ignore or fight or be afraid. This is about learning how to deal with them. Yeah. So as we said, as long as the stress occurs and electrical capacitor of neuron goes up and one goes down, that's okay. That's normal. We need that stress and we need that fluctuation up and down. So when the stress happens, it just has to go down. And if our positive thinking and mindfulness doesn't really help, we stress, what do we need to do? We need to de-stress. Pretty simple. And because this is a natural occurrence of life that's going to happen whether you like it or not, these tools of de-stressing, which I'm going to get to in a second, are not a one-time use type of situation. These are the guys that we should befriend and have as a central part of our life. Just like stress, but de-stress. And these tools, everyone heard of them. Not surprisingly, what do? Increase oxygen consumption and improve blood circulation. Pretty simple, right? Let's go. Walking, dancing, moderate exercise, yoga, breathing, meditation. Some of them can be grouped together. Some of them are pretty much one, but I'm going to run down one by one. Walking, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a group fitness instructor. I'll tell you what, training does not substitute for walking. Walking alone is one of the best things we can do to ourselves. We clear off negative charge, negativity, general, that negative energy through our lymphatic system. That does not stress you literally out, it just de-stresses you. It's moderate. You can do it anywhere. At pretty much most physical conditions, we can do that. I suggest the brisk walking. You can even go for, I don't know, a little bit slower walking, about, from 20 minutes to 1 hour. If you have more, knock yourself out, go more. My personal suggestion, if there's some negative event happen, you had a fight with someone, or you were just upset or whatnot, do not go to bed like that. Go for a short walk. People with depression, you know what? There are other things like go out with your friends, go dance. When you're depressed and somebody tells you that, what do you want to do? You want to spit in their faces. Yes, I hope if you are in a bad situation, in a bad case of depression, that you have loved ones that actually will pull you out so you can just walk. Maybe just sit down outside. Maybe if you have a chance to walk barefoot slightly. To get a little bit of natural energy. A lot of things went sideways for population of Earth when we started wearing shoes. When it was leather, at least it was sifting through some energy. Started wearing synthetic and rubber, it blocks the whole thing. You know, generally, we think that mythology, ancient tribes, they were primitive. They were stupid. Well, they were much smarter than us in so many ways. Why then we pay $200 a session for the shrink and we still feel miserable? This is just widening the horizons of our understanding. And people back then, maybe they were not having scientific explanations for their rituals. But those rituals worked then and they work now. Dancing. Why women chanting? Why women from all parts of the world, traditionally, they were always dancing and chanting, whether it's celebration of something or whether it's mourning over something. Dancing, one of the best things I already mentioned. Moderate exercise. Why moderate? So you keep your hormonal level stable. You just make yourself happy, blood flow. Of course, walking is actually moderate exercise as well, and it's resistance in a sense as well. But if we want to protect our bone density, we do need to build up some muscle mass. So resistance training is absolutely great. Gradually building up intensity and quantity of your training too. So when we're going to talk about yoga, breath, and meditation, I think we need a designated video for that. Yoga poses, just physical asana alone, and that's how I started practicing yoga. It was just another type of exercise, and little did I know what kind of universe it opened up for me for study, and I still know just a fraction of it after years since I have started. Physical asanas alone, all asanas in yoga, they're not accidental. They're all hitting different bodily systems, whether it's skeletal, muscular, hormonal. I'm brain freezing right now. Again, I can literally make the separate video just on my outlook on yoga philosophy generally. So physical motion, it affects your physical body, it affects your energetic body, of course your spiritual body, and when you breathe through breath and motion, you connecting all your dimensions together. And you are present in the moment of now. Breathing and meditation. You do not have to be yogi. You do not have to, go to Tibet and on top of the mountain. Simple breath. Just taking maybe several times a day, maybe starting with one, some time, some moment, minute to 3 minutes, and simply breathe. To learn a little bit more about mudras, about how we hold the hands, and there are science, yogi science behind that. It's fine. Ask questions somewhere else. Here, I'll be happy to oblige and to provide this information. Do not wait with any of these techniques until it's too late. When it's too late and we're completely drained and there's just so much stress, we're in a state that we don't even have enough energy to help ourselves. We usually at that state, instead of actually doing some good, we start self-destructing behavior, whether it's binge or alcohol or drugs or whatever it may be. This is why it's so fundamentally important to use these rituals, whichever ones work for you, to use them as a part of your life, as an essential part of your life, of your well-operated, happy life. Stress goes up, stress goes down. And these are your friends for the remaining of existence in this physical body. Good vibes. You're up.